28-17. They've won 3 and lost 4 so far on this long road trip. Ty Corbin will start at 1 forward spot in place of Corliss Williamson, who's back in Sacramento with an ailing back. Anderson and Williams in the backcourt. They'll get their shots up, but they both shoot a low percentage. Rick Adelman took the Portland Trailblazers to the finals twice in the early 90s. With this emerging Sacramento team now against Larry Brown's 76ers, who are 25-21 for the year. Lynch, Ratliff, and Hill up front. And in the backcourt, it's Eric Snow who generally runs the attack, with Iverson having moved to the 2-guard spot.
I think Theo Ratliff is going to really be a key today for this team. Bob, he gives them great shot blocking. He's been injured a lot of the season. He's missed 25 games, but he's also on an offensive role. He's averaging 18 points a game over the last 5 games. He's going to be matched up against Chris Webber. He's got to stay out of foul trouble.
Danny Crawford, Bob Delaney, and Phil Robinson are the officials.
Now, we talked to Larry Brown before the game. He said, I expect this first quarter to be a very high-scoring first quarter, so don't look for Philadelphia to try to hold this ball back. If they get an opportunity, Bob, they're going to run it up there and try to score quickly.
Webber and Ratliff to jump it up, and Nick Anderson grabs it for Sacramento. Here's Divac. Jason Williams wastes no time hoisting a 3 and misses it. Iverson back. Working on Williams. Slings it outside to Snow, who misses from 20. Ball out of bounds, and they'll stay down at this end.
It didn't take long for Jason Williams to get that first 3 up.
As soon as he touched it, Iverson.
Nor did it take long for him to get one up.
This is pretty much the expected pattern. The lob to Iverson from Snow.
See, one of the things that Sacramento does is if they don't rebound the basketball and give you extra opportunities, their defense really sinks to a low level. They depend so much on their defensive rebound. You see the second shot there and the easy layup.
Divac didn't see it coming, and on the turnover, the Sixers have it back.
My question about Sacramento, when you talked about this long trip, is where are they mentally? They had a day off physically, so they should be okay there, Bob. But the difference in this trip could be if they win 4-4, if they lose 3-5.
Iverson lays it off for Ratliff, and Theo Ratliff makes sure he's coming off 2 huge games at Dallas and Houston, 25 in each game, and a combined 25 of 30 field goal shooting in those 2 games. Divac recovers it, takes it inside, and can't hit. Hill out-battles him for the rebound. Iverson on the run.
Poor transition defense by Sacramento. I'm sure Rick Adelman is not happy about that, but he sees his team do that quite often. They dig themselves holes early in that first quarter. Look at this shot.
Jason Williams gets the Kings on the board, 6-2 Sixers. He is not burdened by conscience.
You know, he just plays. I think sometimes he gets lost in the game out there. He has fun. Sometimes he makes plays and you think, where did that come from? But I think he just blacks out there sometimes.
Tyrone Hill. Ratliff with the follow. That's how you shoot, by the way, 25 of 30 in a 2-game stretch, when you take high percentage shots like the last 2 that Ratliff's put down. Webber, who's a better than 40% shooter from 3, misses that long-range jumper. Lynch is open. And a whistle on the rebound. Loose ball foul on Tyrone Hill.
The second shot opportunity, the ball goes to Eric Snow, and you see the alley-oop there to Allen Iverson. And then no transition defense by Sacramento. You want to take away the layups from Philadelphia because they're a very poor field goal shooting team. Allen Iverson, 2 layups. That makes his jump shot be that much easier when he has to take it today.
Webber. Shot it long, and Iverson grabs the rebound. All the way, and tries to find Lynch. Back underneath to Ratliff, and Theo Ratliff has hit 3 for 3.
And again, an uncontested shot. So Theo has a dunk, actually a dunk and a layup, and a little jump shot. And here's a quick 3 by Jason Williams, and the Sixers are going to be off and running once again.
Here's Lynch with the left hand. A hat to smile. A guy a couple of rows behind us yelling, "Come on, push it up, push it up." Exactly where did he detect a slowed pace? The Sixers lead at 12-2. I don't think the shot clock has gotten down to 15 yet.
Well, they run well, they score, they play well. Otherwise, they can get into a funk defensively, and there's no really in between with this team. They either win big or they have a tendency to lose games, you know, big, 8 or 10 or 9 points. So I think they've got to get themselves focused here today. They don't want to dig themselves such a hole to where they start looking about being home rather than trying to finish this game.
A Theo Ratliff foul gives it to them out of bounds, and Weber hits the turnaround. The Kings still trail 12-4. The Sixers have out-rebounded them 7-0 to this point. And it goes to Ratliff. Jump hook. Finally missed one. Rebound to Divac. They're on the run with Nick Anderson. Spinning and hitting.
Much better defense that time by Vlade Divac. He got his body up against Ratliff and bumped him just enough to take him off the shot. And then you see right back to the fast break and the score by Nick Anderson.
Bounce pass to Iverson from Snow, but then they lose it. Divac for Anderson, another Sacramento turnover. The only time these teams met a year ago, Jason Williams was held to 10 points. Allen Iverson had 36. This is their first meeting this year. Turnaround Ratliff, and he's hit 4 out of 5.
See, that time Theo did not try to back him down. He turned and faced him, got some space, and just rose up and shoot the jump shot. That's when he's at his best.
Anderson straight away 3. Hill for the rebound. 14-6 Philadelphia. Tyrone Hill. Divac has it. Williams a pull-up 3.
You know, he shoots 27% from the 3, but that's not going to discourage him from taking that shot. He feels like he takes that shot to open up the rest of his game, and he'll take some ill-advised shots at times, but he does not lack from confidence.
Shooting just 36% overall. Iverson answers. He is the answer, and he had the answer.
It's like when you play cards, I'll see you and raise you at the same time. He followed it right up with his own 3.
Will try a 3. And Hill grabs the rebound. Eric Snow. Lynch on the baseline. The rebound to Corbin. Williams thought about a 3, gives it up to Weber. His pass through the lane, off Corbin's hands. Here come the Sixers. Snow to Lynch. Knocked away and cleanly. Still Sixer ball. Iverson, catch and shoot. The rebound to Weber. Sacramento has turned it over 3 times, the Sixers once. Here's Nick Anderson. Hill swoops in for the rebound. Anderson reaching in, trying to tie him up, but instead committing the foul.
Jason Williams loves to leak out on the fast break. You can see he's wide open all alone, but if this shot goes in, there's nobody there to rebound the basketball, so that shot has to go in. And then again, Iverson follows it up with his own 3, and they lead 17-9.
Iverson into the lane for Ratliff, and a Sacramento foul.
Bounce, and I think what it does, it sort of seduces you into playing a quick game against them, up and down, and you get into your rhythm that you want to play, and that's what Sacramento does.
Weber got a piece of the shot by Hill, but a foul as they scramble for the loose ball. Just to back up what you said, though, Sacramento already has put up 6.
Great year for them in that shortened season last year. He gave them an inside presence. He's a terrific shot blocker, and even if he doesn't block the shots, he changes everything in there. He's a big factor for this team.
You have to like his game. You drafted him originally.
Well, he really grew up a lot. I had him 2.5 years in Detroit. He came in. He was a tremendous shot blocker. Really didn't know how to play, but he worked hard. He got stronger, and he's a much, much better basketball player and playing great right now for Philadelphia.
Weber left wide open, puts it down. 19-11 Philadelphia. Iverson inside the snow, count it, plus the foul.
A little matador defense that time by Jason Williams. Eric Snow just runs right into the post. Jason Williams just sort of lets him catch it about 5 feet from the basket. So close he couldn't get any help. But you see Snow pins him here, Bob. And then the defense is so far away they can't get close enough, and he lays the ball in the basket.
In the past week on this road trip, Williams has been lit up by a couple of opposing point guards. Bobby Jackson of Minnesota and Mark Jackson of Indiana the night before last. They each had triple doubles against him. Here's Weber, head of the key. Anderson scoops up the loose ball, then it's poked away from him and stolen by Snow. Iverson's back.
So that's where your point guard has got to get back. Jason Williams, when that ball is loose, has got to get back and protect the back court, and he didn't do that. And you can see Allen Iverson is just leaking out. You can't give the leading scorer in the league this kind of layups to start this game.
Here's Corbin, and he hits the jumper.
Well, that's a pro right there. Tyrone Corbin has been around the league for a long time, played for a lot of different teams, and you know what? He might not play for 20 games. Corliss Williamson gets hurt. He comes out there, you know he's going to play good defense, and he's going to hit the open shot, and he'll never do anything to hurt your team.
He's in his 15th year since coming out of DePaul. As Ratliff receives the pass from Snow, an illegal defense is called on Sacramento.
Nick Anderson turns the ball over. Eric Snow picks it up, and Allen Iverson again all alone down. And their point guard has got to get back defensively. He's got to protect against that. And that time Jason Williams did not get back. And once again, an easy score for Allen Iverson.
Timeout with 4:28 to play in the first. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Let's go after Jason Williams hits a three. Let's listen in for Larry Brown's reaction on the Philadelphia bench.
They make them, it's going to be a long night.
That's spoken like a true coach. You're winning 24-13, having a great first quarter. You're getting a lot of layups. We see Jason Williams on the bench getting a little rest. Derek Barton will come in now and run the attack. But Sacramento's got to get some kind of defensive presence here. 9 assists on 10 field goals by Philadelphia.
Here's Iverson with a crazy up and under. Ratliff can't finish, but he recovers it. Tyrone Hill. Bob Delaney waves it off. He spotted a foul before the shot. It's on Divac, his second. And folks, you can log on to Emmett, and the Sixers have doubled the Kings up here at 26-13. Eric Barton looking for Pollard, who almost lost it. And now does as Snow steps in front to pick it off. He's got Lynch on his right. Instead, it's Iverson, the trailer, and the Sixers give it back.
Eric Snow, get that pass up in his face, Bob. When you get the ball in somebody's face, your first reaction is to protect yourself rather than catch it. And Iverson just couldn't get a handle on that one. So here's what they got to do. They've got to go into Weber. He's got to get closer to the basket, though, and make Theo Ratliff play some defense. Maybe get him in foul trouble. Right now, Theo's just having his way, running up and down the court, getting on the offensive boards. He's having a terrific first quarter right now.
Tyrone Hill got inside, but Pollard stuffed him. Mark Martin, veteran out of UCLA. Weber in the left block for the fadeaway. Anderson follows. And finally, it's Pollard with the tip.
Now, Scott Pollard is a very, very good backup center. I drafted him in Detroit. I really like the way he runs the floor. He's got good hands. He's a very smart defensive player, can make the open shot. He's really helped the Sacramento team off the bench this season.
Tyrone Hill got Weber off his feet and scores. Anderson for Weber. Chris is now 3 for 8 from the floor after the dunk, but they're going to tee him up for hanging on the rim. The basket counts off the stuff. And Iverson goes to the line to shoot the technical.
Well, Chris Weber does a really nice job of sealing the defender. Watch his left arm. He seals those big old hands. He catches it. Watch her at the last minute. What he did was he pulled himself up, and the slap of the backboard was what got him the tee. I think if he would have just dunked it and snapped the rim down, they wouldn't have said anything, Bob. It would look like he pulled himself up, and when he slapped the backboard, that's when he got the tee.
Here's Aaron McKee, another guy who briefly played for you. Your alumni are all over the floor today.
I really like Aaron McKee. This guy is a real pro. He's going to play great defense. He'll make the open shot. He can play 2 or 3 positions in the backcourt. He's a very, very good guy to have on your team coming off the bench.
Here he is, Temple product, so back on his old stomping grounds. Iverson stumbling, and a whistle. John Barry is
and the next guy in the league. But you know what? His team doesn't mind that as long as they're good shots. And he said, you know what? We can live with him scoring 35 points. If we need 100 to win, what we've got to do is give him the other 65. Because Allen Iverson plays to win. There's no question about that, Bob. I mean, he wants to win.
Well, the Sixers have the league's leading scorer in Iverson, but they're only 25th out of 29 teams in overall team scoring. Illegal defense is called. Sacramento ball on the side. Each team has received a warning. On the next illegal defense call, it would be a technical.
See, Philadelphia is such a bad shooting team. 25th in the league in field goals, 29th in three-point, 25th in free throws, so they don't shoot a high percentage. That's why a game today they're getting so many layups. They got 31 points already.
And they lead by 14. Here's Weber muscling his way through, and a foul.
That's what you've got to do, though. See, Theo Ratliff is a position defender. He's a quick, active player. Late in the game, when the game is on the line, I want the ball now because I'm confident that if I get fouled, I can make free throws. So you got a guy who's an MVP candidate, and if you can't go to him in the last 6 minutes, you change your game. This year, they can go through Chris Webber at the end of games.
Matt Geiger is in for the first time for Philadelphia. Iverson, fadeaway jumper short. Weber with the rebound and the outlet to Martin. Out of the corner, Corbin. A high arcing jumper is good.
That was well contested. That was a tough shot.
And the 3 makes it 31-22, so they're back within 9. Snow from Iverson brings it back outside. Danny Crawford spots a foul, and it's an offensive foul on Matt Geiger, shoved him from position underneath. Geiger's a guy they gave a big contract to, and his play of late really has disappointed them. Although he is still battling a balky knee, he really hasn't given them the production Larry Brown expected.
Well, I think what's happened is when he doesn't shoot the ball well, it affects other phases of his game, and he needs to defend and rebound. That other stuff will come for him, but they need him to play well. He did last year, and he was one of the keys to their success.
Weber double team, finds Martin, who flips it behind the back to Pollard. Wow.
Now, Sacramento quietly is right back in this game. It's a 7-point deficit now, and that's what they'll do to you. They'll hit you with a 9-0 or 9-2 run if you go to sleep defensively, and that's what they've done here.
A 7-0 run has cut the Philadelphia lead in half. Iverson. McKee on the offensive glass, and Geiger lays it in, plus the foul.
See, this could be one of those games that really helps Matt Geiger. Bob, have you noticed how many easy baskets and how many easy layups the 76er big men have got today? And if he'll get in there and can score, I think it will really give him some more confidence. But Aaron McKee with a nice little give and go, the little touch foul in the finish by Matt Geiger, but he could really have a breakout game today and score a lot of points because Sacramento right now interior defense has not been good.
3-point play for Geiger, lead back to 10. Weber screening for Barry. Corbin on the move, shovels it up, no good, and the rebound is taken by McKee. Iverson racing back, gives it up to Larry Hughes, who scores, +1.
Finally, some excitement from this crowd. It's been such a quiet first quarter with 76ers playing so well. Sacramento right now, their transition defense, Philadelphia really making them pay. Not getting back. You see Derek Martin by himself, actually 4-on-2 with 2 trailers coming into the play. Sacramento has got to get back. Right now, Philadelphia is taking advantage of that. When you watch tape, you know, Bob, as a coach, you say, how can we beat this team? And you can see transition defense, one of the problems for the Kings.
Hughes can't complete the three-point play. He's the second-year man out of St. Louis University whose name keeps popping up in trade rumors. He has talent, but he doesn't have a position for which he fits on this Sixer team. So his minutes are way down. 3 to shoot, and Weber will. Last 2 seconds of the quarter, Hughes from beyond half court. And the first 12 minutes are in the books with the 76ers leading it 36-24. Allen Iverson is a cinch to lead the league in scoring again. He's at 30.9, more than 3 a game above the second-place guy. Hannah, thanks. Doug, we saw them a week ago, speaking of the Jazz in Minnesota, and you could see the cracks even then.
Well, I think what's happened also, too, with Jeff Hornacek really hurting out on the floor, they need something from Brian Russell. He struggled. The loss of Shandon Anderson, it's all sort of piled up on him at the same time. They're going through a very, very difficult time right now.
Geiger from Iverson misses the bank shot. Hollard takes the rebound. Sacramento looking to run, but the Sixers get back. Here's Stojakovic on the floor for the first time. Hollard had a layup, and Iverson had no choice but to slap at it and commit the foul.
See, I think he came in as a rookie. He had his fingernails painted black and came in. I said, Scott, where are you coming from here, buddy? But he's a free spirit, there's no question, and a good player.
Off the Derek Martin miss, it's Iverson with the save. Iverson, the lob underneath for Hughes. They can't finish it. Hughes knocks it away and takes it back and scores.
That's the things people see from Larry Hughes, the excitement. We can't talk much here because they're laying it in at the other end, but the exciting things that Larry Hughes does on the floor sometimes gets lost in some of his defensive lapses that he has. Just last week, Bobby made 2 defensive lapses where he left three-point shooters that cost him games late. So this young guy has got talent. We saw that. We've seen some great things. Defensively right now, he's not there.
Tyrone Hill, he's opposing today, and Christian Laettner went in some years in my place. Hughes with a catch and shoot. Weber with another rebound. Barry's open and hits the 3.
John Barry, a terrific addition to this team, gives them energy. He'll play a lot in the fourth quarter because they love his passing and the big shots that he can make. He talked to me before the game. He said, I've got a very sore toe. I've got an infected toe. I hope I'll be able to go today.
Iverson for 3. Can't answer this time. Hill is on the offensive glass, and Barry fouled him from behind.
Here's John Barry right here. He's going to be out on the break, and you're going to see as they push, he's going to run to that three-point line to give the team some spacing. The big men run in behind. Aaron McKee's got to protect back, and he can't get to him soon enough, and John Barry knocks in that open 3.
Hughes, stumbling, regains the dribble. Geiger. Aaron McKee. To Geiger.
So both times Geiger has scored, Aaron McKee's given him great passes and he's laid the ball in the basket. The one time he stepped out on the floor and took an ill-advised shot, he missed. So if he's patient, he'll shoot layups.
Stojakovic from Weber. They've got some guys who will shoot it on this team.
He has got a sweet-looking shot. Now, he's been struggling with an Achilles problem. He's been back now for 2 games on this trip, the last 2 games, and they need him because he gives them that. He's a high-percentage three-point shooter, not just a launcher of threes, but he shoots a high percentage.
That was the 11th shot, by the way, that Allen Iverson has taken. There's still 9.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. He's scored 14 points. Stojakovic. Out to Barry. Hill popped out and fouled him.
Goes over and does that, understanding that Chris knows that if he does get another technical, he's not ejected because that was an not an unsportsmanlike tee.
Here's Jason Williams back in, finding Weber for the jumper. Tyrone Hill another rebound. His 8th. Iverson around Williams, finding Hughes. 7 seconds to shoot. Iverson the scoop.
How about that shot? I I think you're stretching to say 6'1", but to drive that ball in there and kiss that ball off the basket, that was beautiful.
Stojakovic tries a three. It rattles out. Weber's on the offensive glass. A whistle in the lane and a Philadelphia foul. Iverson now has 16 points, and the Sixers lead it by 13.
You know, great players make things look easy, and this little running shot is not an easy shot. You got two big men jumping at you. You go off the glass. You have great concentration. You see Jason Williams is funneling into two shot blockers. That's one of those, just up and over, and you tease that big guy, and then you look at him as you go back down the floor and say, you didn't get up quite high enough to get that one.
And the hand here for Todd McCullough, 7-foot rookie out of Washington. Geiger and Hill go to the bench. They get a breather. Weber slices through two defenders and lays it in.
Now they've gone small with their lineup. George Lynch is now playing power forward with McCullough in the game. Let's watch if they're going to go inside to Weber against Lynch, just like they did. Easy layup.
Hughes. Iverson comes up with it. Finds McCullough, who's immediately fouled by Weber. So McCullough will have a chance to get his name in the scorebook.
Very well for this team as a starter, got a lot of minutes and endeared themselves to these Philadelphia fans. That's what the cheer was for. He played very well when he had a chance early in the season.
Sixers by a dozen. Weber misses the turnaround, but he was fouled by Lynch.
That's a matchup they're going to go to. George Lynch is a terrific defensive player, but does not have the size to contend. Double team, they're terrific at passing the basketball.
Weber has 13 after hitting the free throws. Iverson on the bench for the moment. Snow off the dribble, misses the jumper. Loose ball foul is called, and it's on McCullough. Let's check with Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Bob. You've been talking about McCullough out there, Big Mac, as they call him.
You've seen all five at a time out there playing. Today, we haven't seen that. I think they got so far behind, they've left Weber in the game to try to give him some offense.
McKee has it blocked. Stojakovic shovels it over to Barry. Weber on the move. Looking inside for Funderburk, who misses. Weber got it back, and he was fouled by Snow.
See, I think the best quality that Chris Weber has an athlete, I think he has as good a hands as any big man, Bob, that I have ever seen. This ball is loose, and just with his strength and his power, watch him attack this ball in a crowd and just rip it away. Little finger roll. He passes it to Funderburk, who missed it, but watch Weber. It looks like there's no way he can get this ball, and he just grips it and takes it right away from him. That's the strength and the size and the power in his hands.
Weber, who's upped his free throw shooting to 75%, right at that mark, 6 of 8, until missing that one.
Now, one of the things when we talked to him yesterday about his free throw, he said, when I was shooting poorly, I lost the ball over my head, and I allowed myself to get that elbow out a little bit. I've got to keep that elbow tucked in. That time you see the nice release, kept the shot up in front of him, good release, and he knocked it in.
Sixers led by as many as 14. That free throw by Funderburk cuts it to 8. Iverson fakes the three and tries to whip it back to Geiger, and it's deflected out of bounds by Sacramento. Sixer ball with 11 on the shot clock and 6:41 to play in the half. Geiger had it knocked away by Weber, but Chris fouled him. Jason Williams held to 5 points so far. Into the lane, snaps it out to Stojakovic, and Peja puts it down for 3.
Anytime you get inside the lane, you always pull defensive players to you. They're going to attract that basketball. He just kicks it out, and that's where Stojakovic is at his best, shooting that open jump shot.
Williams got the assist on the basket, his 3rd assist of the game. McKee, he fires a 3, and it's short. Williams pull-up 3, way off. Weber recovers, but not for long. Underneath, it's Lynch from Snow.
So that ill-advised shot by Jason Williams. They're down 7. They're making a little run. He shoots a bad 3. They turn it over, and you get a layup on the other end. That's where he makes it. Now it's going to lead to another one here. So this is a bad sequence for Sacramento.
And Iverson takes it in over Williams.
That's the growth of your point guard, knowing that you have a mismatch in Weber inside. Put that 3 in your pocket, throw it inside. If you get the double team, kick it back out. That's the growth process that he's going through right now.
Iverson's already got 20.
The bad 3, and it's going to lead to a fast break at the other end. Even though Weber gets the offensive rebound, he forces a pass. And anytime this has occurred today, the Sixers have attacked on the other end. The layup by George Lance follows up Iverson a steal, and he scores. Our conversation with Larry Brown, if the Larry Hughes thing won't fit, they will only trade him if they can get something very good for him because they feel like he's a terrific asset.
And a whistle against George Lynch as Weber put the ball on the floor. A moment ago, you saw the comparison between Iverson and Jason Williams. They played one time against each other, and of course, they're not always going head-to-head. They're not always guarding each other, but they were on the floor at the same time for only one game last year, and Iverson got
made. He says he's very happy they won the game, but he was excited to watch him play.
Geiger misses the hook. The rebound to Funderburk a moment ago. Weber made 1 of 2 at the line. It's a 10-point game. Weber thinks about a 3. Funderburk hits it. So the Kings hanging around within 8. Billy Owens for Iverson. Came back down, went back up.
You come back out of a timeout, and you have your 6'8" small forward throw a lob to your 6-foot point guard who catches it and finishes it. Allen Iverson's really an amazing athlete.
Williams for 3. Got it back. It was touched by a Sixer. Still Sacramento ball.
You know what I feel, Bob, from Sacramento right now? They're not playing with a lot of energy. You can just see it, and they need a little spurt here to excite themselves going into the half.
Weber banks it home from long range, and he scored 18. Iverson has 22 to lead Philadelphia. Driving on Williams, and Funderburk is there for the rebound. Stojakovic pumps up a 3 and hits it.
That's a little spurt right there. 5 quick points, and all of a sudden you're back to 5. Now this should excite their defense. Remember now, Sacramento plays at Arco Arena. That's one of the noisiest and best home courts advantage in the league. They feed off their crowd at home.
They're back to within 5 on an 8-2 run. McKee. The 3 spins out. Stojakovic, they've got a 2-on-0 break. It's Barry ahead who lays it in off the pass from Williams.
Isn't it amazing when they score just how their energy level goes, Bob? Look at their body language now. All of a sudden, Barry's coming out, forcing a timeout here. The quick run back to a 3-point lead for Philadelphia, and they've dominated the entire first half. Back in this ball game, 3:08 remaining here in this second period.
Most of that improvement in field goal accuracy comes from the bench. Their reserves are 8 of 11 shooting in this first half. Here's Lynch with the jumper. And he gets a very friendly roll. Weber against Geiger. Williams for 3. Jason Williams, I don't know what to say.
He faked the behind-the-back pass, froze the defense, and just rose up and hit the 3. that was pretty.
Williams is on Iverson. Jumper, got it.
Now you watch Jason Williams. He's got it in his eye. It's one of those where he comes back and looks to pay you back. He'll pull up and shoot a big 3 here.
Weber took on almost the whole defense and then slams it home.
I'd say that's pretty skillful for a big man. When you, Bob, he put the ball in his left hand, drove it, spun, got in the lane with a powerful dunk, and he's played the entire first half now, Chris Webber. Remember, this is the 8th game in 13 days.
Suddenly a 2-point game.
2 minutes left.
Williams went for the steal, deflects it out of bounds. And the Sixers keep it. Iverson has already hoisted 17 shots in this game. He averages 26 shots a game, far and away the highest figure in the NBA. He's on his way to exceeding that today. Working on Williams again, another shot, and he was fouled. Williams picks up his third.
Now watch this subtle little play. You get the ball, you fake the behind the back. Look what he did to Billy Owens. He went like as he was going to go for the pass, and then he jumps up and he shoots the three. It's a little ball fake that freezes the defense. Look at Billy Owens react to it, and then he just jumps up and buries it.
Iverson's a 73% free throw shooter, and he has one more coming. Jason Williams to the bench again. 1 of 2 for Iverson. Williams really can't cope with Iverson defensively. Not that many people can.
Well, you could see every time Allen Iverson got the ball, he was playing him, he was going to attack him, and he fouled him that time on the jump shot. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to put Allen Iverson on the line shooting jump shots. For the starter, we've talked about that, but the importance of what that felt like for him, for the fans to recognize him, to vote him as a starter, that really meant a lot to him when we talked to Larry Brown today.
Sacramento with the steal. They trail by only 1 after being down by 14. They can take their first lead with a basket here. Barry misses the 3. Back comes Owens for Philly to Iverson with the reverse that won't fall. The ball is just ping-ponged around, and who's got it now? It's the Sixers. Iverson racing with Barry, and he scores. You know, I'm looking over at the Sacramento bench at one of their assistants, the legendary former Princeton coach Pete Carrill. I don't think this is anything like what he coached the Tigers to do. Weber hits the turnaround.
Well, the Kings have 61. That's what Princeton would have in 2 games when he was coaching there. So style a little different as Iverson comes down and launches. Want to get a quick 2-for-1 there.
Here he is again. It's saved back in, but into the hands of Barry. Iverson thought he was fouled on that second attempt.
Yeah, that was a bad shot. He was contested on that. He got to pull that one back.
Sacramento loses it, but then the Sixers throw it right back.
Very sloppy here the last couple possessions. How about this? Philadelphia really has, I think, dominated this entire first quarter. They score here. Sacramento's going to go in with the lead.
Pete Carrill literally looks like he's in pain on the Sacramento bench. Funderburg. It's short. That's it. I don't think Carrill gets to send in any backdoor plays in the NBA. There he is. Coming up, Hannah Storm, Isaiah Thomas, and Peter Bessie in our New York studios with the net zero at the half. Halftime in Philly. Sixers lead it 62-61. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Sixers lead the Kings 62-61. Rick Adelman told his team at halftime that they got to make this team shoot more jump shots, keep them out of the paint. Also try to control the tempo and make sure that each time down, try to get a shot that counts. And Larry Brown told his team that they got to take their time on offense. Start jamming the rebound. They're trying to keep this team from fast breaking. Try to get them into a half-court offense. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. Looks like both coaches saw it the same way you did, Coach.
Well, I think that free throw line was important also, too, for the Sacramento Kings. They got back into it, and Philadelphia shot free throws in the first quarter, so let's keep our eye on that. Theo Radup, only 10 minutes in the first half, got up to a great start. They need him once again in the second half.
And he goes right to the glass, but misses. Divac comes up with it. Kings still looking for their first lead of the game. They could get it here. Divac with the lob for Weber, but they can't finish it. Snow to Lynch. Iverson, catch, shoot, and miss. Rebound chased to the side by Tyrone Hill, and then he goes down awkwardly Trying to avoid stepping on somebody, but I guess he's okay. It might have been Bill Cosby he was trying to avoid stepping on.
Bill's here to enjoy a game, almost got run over. He put on a little dancing exhibition there out there. They pulled him out of the stands, the old Bill Cosby dance.
Williams for three. And the rebound to Ratliff. Cosby, of course, one of Philadelphia's most esteemed citizens. Tyrone Hill's shot gives him 6 points, and the Sixers a 3-point lead.
See, I think Sacramento's got to go inside to Weber against Theo. You got to make him guard, and then you can kick it out for threes.
Corbin pushed Lynch as they battled for it. And a Sacramento foul. Let's watch this out-of-bounds play. Tyrone Hill attempting the save, now just holds onto it. And wait a minute, where's Cosby? Here he comes, berating him from behind.
He's trying to get to his seat, so get out of my way.
76ers turn it over. Cosby, an athlete himself. Wasn't he a track man at Temple? Jumper by Corbin is in and out. Allen Iverson slithers through, but it won't drop for him. Divac out to Williams. He pulls up for three. One of these times it's going to work. Divac had it poked away by the quick hands of Iverson. And eventually it's Snow who has it, pegging it ahead to Allen for the layup.
So Allen Iverson has taken, that's his 29th shot in the game. And the shots that he's made have been like that. They've been like layups. You've got to take away his layups in this kind of game.
And he has 29 points. Divac surrounded by 3 defenders. Eventually it's Philly with it. Iverson just poked it ahead to Snow. Now it's Lynch trailing the play, and he was fouled by Williams, who was the only Sacramento player back.
We talked in our open how important it was for Philadelphia to get steals, to get the open court. You see Iverson, he's trying to leak out. They finally pick the loose ball up. No one protects back. Nick Anderson allows him to score. See, Nick Anderson's not in foul trouble. I think that time you take the foul, make him shoot 2 free throws. Don't give him that layup. Maybe he will continue to miss. Bobby missed his first 2 jump shots. Don't give him an easy one.
As we watch these teams play at this breakneck speed, is it legitimate to ask about the playoffs? Even this year in the NBA, where the pace is more free-flowing and scoring is up, it's generally thought that a more deliberate pace prevails in the playoffs. So can either of these teams do well in the postseason?
Well, Philadelphia's a good half-court defensive team, so I think that they're built for that. And I think if you look last year at Sacramento, remember, they played like this during the regular season, and they got into the playoffs against Utah and really had a grinded-out series that they had a great chance to win. Stockton hit a big shot, or they would have been eliminated in 4.
Philly back with the ball in a 5-point lead. Eric Snow off to Tyrone Hill, whose jumper won't fall, but Ratliff is there to clean up the mess.
Vlade Divac has no legs today. You could just see him. He's really struggling. He played 8 minutes in that first half, and he is huffing and puffing at the end of this trip. Theo Ratliff is taking advantage of that. The shot goes up, and what you can do if you're Theo Ratliff, you said, I've got to get to the offensive boards. Weber contested. Nobody blocks out Theo. You see he goes right over the top of Vlade Divac. One of those days, body's saying, legs, please work, and they're just not doing it.
Divac turned 32 on Thursday. Feels about twice that today.
They've come out of a timeout or a half looking for a lob for Weber. One he wasn't able to convert. Now watch him grab Theo here by the arm and just give him a shove. Looked good, but he got pushed. He got called for the push and the chin up. Luckily there, he would have got called for another foul for swinging on the rim.
3rd foul on Weber. Anderson on Iverson. The pass for Ratliff broken up. Corbin in a foot race with Snow, and Snow has the younger and fresher legs. Williams kicked it. Philadelphia ball.
This Eric Snow is a real glue to this team. You know, Allen Iverson gets the headlines, and well, he should, by averaging 30-plus points a game. This guy keeps them together. He runs the team, gets the guys to the open area. See, he has 7 assists, 5 quiet points, no turnovers, guards the other team's best player on the perimeter. He is a real key to their success.
Anderson broke it up. Philly keeps it. 10 on the shot clock. For Sacramento, this is the last game of an 8-game trip spread over 13 days, a zigzagging trip. Speaking of zigzagging, what about Iverson?
Ball was knocked loose, and while he was in the air, he regained it. Another point in the paint, a layup for Allen Iverson, and I'm sure that Rick Adam was not happy with that. He said, let's make them shoot jump shots. That has not been the case here in this third quarter.
Iverson has 31. Sacramento went east, Midwest, back east. 8 games in 13 days. Only been able to practice 3 times in that span, and all 3 were walkthroughs. Weber pumps up a 3 and misses it. Had to take it to beat the shot clock. Iverson comes out of the pack. Snow. Hill is on the offensive glass. And Divac knocks it away, takes it. Weber hanging back. Snow with him, and he fouls him. That's 3 on Eric Snow.
A lot of times when you drive in traffic, Bob, you got to have great concentration. A lot of hands reaching for the ball. You see the quick hands of Weber. The ball is knocked loose. Allen Iverson regathers himself in the air and finishes it. It's the kind of concentration you have to be able to finish around that basket. If you're 6'1" and weigh about 165 pounds, which is what Allen Iverson behind on the road. At home, you can do that because when you get into the game and you start making a run, Bob, your crowd gets into it and it energizes you. In a game like this, you have to pull it out of yourselves, and it's very, very difficult to do that playing from behind.
Slender Larry Hughes, his pass picked off by Jason Williams. Williams with the jumper. And finally, they're on the board after 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Now that was good patience. Instead of coming down and launching that 3, he took his time, played a little screen roll there, got inside that 3-point line and made an easier shot.
Williams has scored 10 after that basket. Iverson, he's got 33.
I think he might be going for 50 today. Bob, we talked about a shootout. I think he's got 5-0 on his mind.
He's reached that figure once in his career.
3 seconds.
Did it 3 years ago against Cleveland. Tyrone Corbin driving through. And it's out of bounds off his knee. Adelman can't believe it. Sixers take it, leading by 9.
Allen Iverson in all kinds of ways today. A layup on the fast break. The little up and under pass to Theo Ratliff for the slam dunk. The jumper at the 3-point line. Taking the ball to the basket, the little finger roll. And squaring up and hitting Nick Anderson for the outside shot. He's on pace to have the best game of the season scoring-wise. Bob, we've seen him this season already put up 40 points multiple times. The problem is when he scores 40 or more, they're only 2 and 10 in his career, so that sort of gets danger zone too if he does too much.
Here's Theo Ratliff with the jumper from the foul line. It's no good. Jason Williams takes the rebound. Weber, the jump hook. And Chris Weber has 24 points. He also has 13 rebounds.
He's unstoppable inside. He's just too strong for Theo, and he does his nice job getting his body on him, and he neutralizes that shot blocking.
Iverson around Anderson, leans in, couldn't hit it this time, and Nick Anderson claims the rebound.
I'll go back inside here. You don't need an outside jump shot. The inside is good. Take your time.
It's Anderson for 3.
Like I said, kick it out and shoot a 3.
Now that's coaching.
That's what I was, no, that's what I was talking about.
Divac trying to help Anderson with Iverson, and they take it away. Williams pegs it to Corbin. Snow got back.
And the Sacramento team is really interesting. It looks like they're going to be out of the game, and all of a sudden they hit you with 7 or 8 quick points, and they're right back in it.
Divac, long-range jumper. Line drive rebound to Iverson. Iverson into the lane, and Divac shoves it back in his face. But he comes right back and scores.
That's not going to discourage him.
Cleveland's Bob Sura, talking about guarding Iverson, said, I'd rather have 3 teeth pulled because at least there aren't 20,000 people in the dentist's office. Corbin for 3. Did everything but stay down. Larry Hughes working around the perimeter, and now it's Iverson again. Hughes with a jumper. He has the ability to get his own shot, but he's too slender, probably not quite tall enough to play a forward spot. The 2 guard is his natural spot, and that's where Iverson plays. They moved him from the point. Snow doing a good job running the attack, just can't get the minutes.
Allen Iverson has more energy and perseverance. He drives in there. Vlade blocks it. He said, well, I'll get it back. I'll take my time. I'll drive in here. You're not going to get this one. And he lays the ball in the basket. So you're not going to discourage him if you block his shot, if he misses 7 or 8 shots. You can see right there his field goal attempts, 29 of the 76 are 70 shots. And he is not even close to being finished.
Picked up the foul a moment ago, his second. Nick Anderson backs in and misses. And Ratliff has the rebound. Hughes shovels it underneath for Tyrone Hill, who can't hit. Williams for 3. Out of bounds to Philadelphia. Vlade Divac, meanwhile, is checking what might be a cut on his right forearm. Divac has played 17 minutes in this game, shot 0 for 3. He's scoreless with 5 rebounds.
Well, let's watch what happens here right now. The Sixers are up 8, and Rick Adelman has gone to his bench. He's getting ready to bring in Scott Pollard, and he's brought in Stojakovic. See if they can give them a little spurt.
Iverson to Ratliff. Somebody hammered him.
2 fouls, and I'm wondering if Larry Brown kept him out intentionally so he could play more minutes in this second half and not be in foul trouble.
Iverson from Hughes. The bank is closed, but Hill is there to follow. The Sixers are quicker to almost every loose ball, and they're dominating the offensive glass.
I think you see the fatigue in Sacramento right now, and sometimes, Bob, it's more mental than physical.
They take it away. Here goes Iverson. He'll go the distance. 37 points. Phillies on a 9-0 run. The Kings, who had crept back to within 1, are now down by 13.
The steals, the forced turnovers, the Sixers feed off of these kind of things, and Allen Iverson, it's the kind of excitement in that open court that these Philadelphia fans love.
Every day he would be a different guy. One day he'd want to shoot like Bird. The other day he'd want to jump like Mike. The next day pass like Magic. And the next day be quick like Zeke. He said he just wanted to thank those guys for giving him something to see, giving him a vision. And he said they helped him get to where he is today, because without seeing those guys do some of the things that they've done, he wouldn't be here. And I would call that respect for his elders. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. In addition to everything else, have the new rules helped Allen Iverson, Doug?
Oh, I think it's helped all perimeter guys with quickness, because now you put that ball on the floor and a guy puts his arm on you, you're going to be shooting 2 free throws. I think you've seen you've seen Jerry Stackhouse, Grant Hill, a lot of your perimeter players really thrive on those new rules. Or not actually the new rules, more the enforcement of the rule that was always there.
Here's Larry Hughes, pull up on the baseline short, and Derek Martin has the rebound. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. A dismal third for the Sac Kings. The jumper by Weber is no good. They've shot 3 of 17 in this quarter. They have almost as many turnovers as points. 6 turnovers in the quarter and 7 points in the quarter.
And about those 6 turnovers, 5 steals, which lead to layups on the other end. It's the indefatigable Allen Iverson once again with the jump shot.
39 points for Iverson. There's been one 50-point game in the league this year. Cliff Robinson of the Suns got it against Denver. Exactly 50. Iverson could be headed in that direction. Weber was fouled, and the basket counts.
Allen Iverson with the nice curl, and he gets in the lane, and the little guy elevates over Derek Martin, over Chris Webber, and knocks in that jump shot. And you know, Bob, I can't tell you how, when you are a scorer and you can get steals and you can get layups, it makes you so much more confident to pull up and shoot those outside jump shots. And I'll bet you when you look at Allen Iverson's stats at the end of this game, he's going to have anywhere from 8 to 10 layups.
In this quarter, Iverson 12, Kings 10. The three-point play by Weber ended an 11-0 Philadelphia run. But the Sixers still lead by a dozen. Iverson pumps up a three, and Weber clears it. Weber fires. Iverson chases it down. Geiger left alone.
You hear the crowd, they know they need Matt Geiger. There's been a couple articles in the newspaper here talking about his struggles. Larry Brown is saying we need him, and he's playing pretty well today.
Weber just holding it. Stojakovic. A step inside the three-point line. Philadelphia can hold for the final shot of the quarter. Although you never can tell once it gets in Iverson's hands.
He might get two up in these next few seconds.
Barry on Iverson. Here's Geiger. He was fouled, and the basket drops. This could get him going.
Remember I talked about in the first half. He had 2 layups in the first half. Now you see it, the open jump shot and the drive and the layup here. And this is how you get yourself involved. He knows he's been struggling. Allen Iverson pulls 4 defenders, and Matt Geiger with a nice power dribble on the finish on the baseline.
Eric Snow, by the way, has 11 assists and hasn't committed a single turnover. Iverson sits down with 9 rebounds, tying his season high, to complement the 39 points and a three-point play for Matt Geiger. Last 3 seconds, Stojakovic hurls it from beyond half court. And the Kings, who fought back to within 1 at the end of the half, now face their biggest deficit after 3. They're down by 15. Back after these words from your local station. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Foul a moment ago on Geiger. Sacramento ball from the side. Here's John Barry. Fadeaway jumper good. But they still trail by 13. Larry Hughes. He thought he was fouled, but they got the ball cleanly. Derek Martin. Weber trying to follow, but over the back with the foul. And that's 4 on Chris. Arco Arena will look pretty good to Rick Adelman when they get back there this week.
Well, you know, to keep this in perspective, 8 road games, that's 20% of their road schedule they've played in 13 days. And you know what? Part of that, Bob, is they've become sort of the media darlings in terms of national TV. 4 of their games have been on national TV this trip, either 2 on TNT or 2 on NBC. They're learning to find out when you get into that elite status, you know, what goes with that.
This 8-game road trip is actually the longest any team has taken in the league in many years, not just this season. Hughes driving and scoring.
This gives you flashes of that greatness that he has.
Stojakovic, little shake move and a drive. Pinned on the board by Ratliff. Goaltending, score the 2 for Stojakovic and the Kings. Now back to Larry Hughes. He came out of St. Louis University after just his freshman year. He doesn't have a pro body yet. He's very, very slender, and he has deficiencies defensively. Earlier this year, Larry Brown told him, you guard somebody, you play more.
Well, you know, it's hard for young guys because they want to play and they want to be out there. They leave school early, and sometimes they're not ready. And patience and youth are not two words you use together.
Ratliff finds Snow, who can't hit it. Back comes Jason Williams. Stojakovic throws up a running hook that's no good. Larry Hughes has it. Iverson's at the scorer's table. He's going to check back in. Contact as Hughes makes his move, and it's an offensive foul. It's on Hughes, his second. And here comes the answer back in.
Well, he's been very consistent, you know, 12, 15, and 12, so he's not had a bad quarter yet. If he continues on that pace, we'll see 50. So now Larry Hughes has made 2 plays here in the last, you know, 3 possessions, where one was spectacular in the finish, one he got a dunk block, and there an offensive foul. That's the one, Bob, you want to drive down and pull up at that foul line and shoot that little open jump shot.
Chris Webber guarded by Tyrone Hill. Jumper over him.
Yes, got it.
Stojakovic comes out with him. Inside to Pollard, and Scott Pollard will come to the free throw line.
Allen Iverson having a magnificent game today. He has been the answer, and he's been doing it all over the floor. The little up and under shot after the ball was knocked loose. This one was when his shot was blocked, the second effort, and the layup. The curl and getting in the lane, elevating over Chris Webber. And it's interesting, Bob, when you look at his numbers, his shot chart, 12 of his 17 field goals have been in the paint. That was what I was talking about. If you look at his jump shot, he really has not made jumpers. His work has been really from 12 feet and in with a lot of layups.
His coach, Larry Brown, is one of Rudy Tomjanovic's assistants on the Olympic team coming up this September in Sydney. While much of that team was selected some time ago, they did add Ray Allen, the guard of the Bucks, only about a month or so ago, and that was a spot that in theory could have gone to Allen Iverson. We talked to Larry Brown about it before the game. He says that Iverson understands. He understands he's at an early point in his career. There'll be another Olympics in 2004 in Athens. He does not feel bitter about it.
I'm here.
I think the thing that Larry Brown is really happy about is we see Aaron McKee take the jump shot, but is the growth of Allen Iverson over the last couple of years that they've been together. He said, yes, we've had our ups and downs, but he said, I really sense this kid is a wonderful kid. He's got a great heart. He wants to win and do things the right way, and he's growing every day.
Stojakovic drills it.
Well, he's really had the hot hand today. He's been the only guy that has really consistently made shots for them.
The Serbian has 16 off the bench.
And Bob, quietly, they're right back within 9. That's 3 possessions for the Sacramento team, the way they launch threes.
Geiger nearly lost it. Finds Snow. Head fake on the pop. Well, that builds it back to 11.
Much improved outside shooter. Eric Snow used to not be able to make an outside shot. There's one of those ill-advised threes. Jason Williams with that quick 3.
Stojakovic was fouled by McKee. That's the first on Aaron. Allen Iverson with 39 points has not attempted a shot yet in the fourth quarter, which has 8:36 remaining in it. Behind the back pass to Pollard from Webber.
That's the greatness in the package of Chris Webber. He's a tremendous passer. Bob, when we talked about his ability to find people out of double teams, and again, a 9-point game here, but Sacramento has got to get some defensive stops. They've got to do it on this end of the floor.
Kings on an 8-2 run to stay reasonably close. Iverson. Well, he didn't forget how to shoot it.
Just rest a little bit, letting other guys get some shots up. You see 41 points today.
He's 18 for 34 in this game. Weber's got daylight and drills it.
Steps out. Now, how do you guard a guy who can step out and shoot the ball like that? Tremendous low post player, and now is an excellent free throw shooter. That's why they start talking about him as an MVP candidate.
He's got 29. Iverson again. Up and over the glass. Sacramento ball.
Now, Allen Iverson is a point guard size-wise, but he's a two-guard. He runs off screens. See, John Barry's got to give him some space because of his quickness. He's now 6 of 18 from the perimeter. You've got to keep him shooting jump shots.
Jason Williams' miss is slammed home by Pollard.
I think the Sixers felt that ball was in the cylinder. So Larry Brown's going to take a timeout, and I guarantee you what he's going to talk about is we're going to fall asleep here and start shooting some jump shots. It's now a 7-point game. This team is the leading scoring team in the NBA. They can score in bunches. We have got to continue to execute. Jason Williams is going to take that ball to the basket. Let's see if that ball is still in the cylinder. Very, very close as Scott Pollard comes in and jams that one down.
.7:25 to play in the fourth. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Well, this isn't all that surprising. He averages almost 31 a game. Their next highest scorer, Theo Ratliff, is at 11.5 a game.
Well, look at the numbers in history. Guys who have had 25 shots a game and more than 10 free throws. Not bad company. There's Michael Jordan, Rick Barry, Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, Jack Twyman, and Jumpin' Joe Full. It's pretty good company there.
But look at Wilt, 7 straight seasons.
The Sixers love to run baseline lobs out of timeout, so be aware.
Shot clock down to 5. Here's Eric Snow getting it up in the lane and connecting.
That's the great improvement in his game. He used to not be able to make that jump shot. You could run off of him, double team the other team, or the other team's best player. Now he will make you pay if you give him that jump shot.
Nice game for him. 11 assists and 9 points. Here's Pollard to the left hand, and he scores. He's 5 for 5 from the floor. He's shooting 54% for the year. He doesn't take many shots that he can't make. He sets hard picks. He goes after loose balls. He's a terrific bench player. Here's Hill. Closely guarded by Weber, who fouled him, and that's his 5th.
And Chris Webber has played this entire game, so you'd have to expect he's getting a little tired, but he cannot foul out. He's really the only guy as their starters that has had a big game. They need him to be able to finish. And with them being down right now, Rick Adelman cannot afford to take him out of the game.
Iverson gives it up to Ratliff against 2 defenders. It's Hill on the offensive glass. Pollard battling for the loose ball, and Barry chases it down.
Go inside. You got to go into the post area.
Stojakovic fires and hits another 3.
Let me tell you something. They go against all the conventional wisdom twice now where they've had inside opportunities. Stojakovic is burying it, and we've got it down to a 4-point game. Real quiet here in Philly right now.
Iverson for 3. Snow keeps the rebound alive. Ratliff knocked away, and he was fouled.
The little subtle things that Eric Snow does. The loose ball there to get it back to Theo Ratliff.
Somewhere in that crowd, there he is, leaning forward in the purple, is the president and part owner of the 76ers, Pat Croce. And down courtside, one of the Kings owners, Joe Maloof.
It was really great to see Pat Croce today. What a horrible accident he had on his motorcycle. Bobby showed us his leg today. I don't even know how the guy walks, but he is a terrific guy and has done a great job here with the ownership of this team in Philadelphia, getting it back, getting Larry Brown, getting back to playoff status. And he's a very proud man right now.
And has about as much energy as his star Allen Iverson. Last year, he slid down a rope from a catwalk 120 feet above the floor during a game against the Pistons and landed near the Detroit bench, you know, just to jack the crowd up a little bit.
But to follow up a little bit about what the Sacramento bench has done today. Remember in the first and third quarters, we talked about how the starters have struggled. They've actually been minus 26 points. In this the second and fourth periods, the bench have come in plus 11 in the second quarter, plus 11 in this quarter. So they are the ones that are giving them a chance to win this game here. The bench has come alive.
Ratliff ups the Philly lead to 6. Weber with a nice pass to Stojakovic, who was fouled, and then he misses the jump hook. So it's a 5-point differential with 5.5 minutes left. Iverson takes on the whole Sacramento defense and scores.
Well, he didn't settle for the outside jump shot. That time he drove it into that paint once again. That's 13 field goals now he has in the painted area.
Weber for 3. Pollard up on the glass. Sixers lead by 7. Iverson has 43. Weber the turnaround. Off the glass, he kisses it in. 100-95.
Bob, you know how good that was, turning away, shooting that ball off the glass. That was a big-time shot.
And he's got 31. Iverson slithers through. Pollard rejects it.
That's not going to discourage him. If he gets it, he'll shoot it again.
You called it right. And he's coming to the free throw line.
Allen Iverson, once again, he loves that baseline, and at 6'1", you'd think sometimes he'd get down there and get himself buried and get himself in trouble, but he finds a way to get that shot off.
44 now.
So you got to get open by being able to use screens. You see him come to the top of the floor, and he gets himself in the lane, goes over Scott Pollard, who doesn't want to foul him. The next time Pollard comes down, blocks his shot, doesn't discourage him, and he gets it back and drives it in there once more time and gets 2 free throws. So the free throw line has been good the last 2 possessions for the Sixers.
We're up by 7. Stojakovic behind Weber's screen, but flying out to get a piece of it is Ratliff. To the floor after the loose ball, and Philly claims it. Iverson 5 away from 50. Into a pack of defenders. Pollard took it away, and then he's fouled. Iverson coverage begins next Saturday, 4 Eastern on NBC. Pollard, who's done a very fine job off the bench, hits them both. 4 minutes left, 5-point lead. Eric Snow looking for Hill, fouled as he delivers the pass.
Now this is where Jason Williams has got to give his team some defense. He's been broken down now 3 times.
11 points, 12 assists, 3 steals, no turnovers. Here's Jason Williams playing now with 5 fouls. Weber also has 5. That was a block, not a charge, so Williams stays in the game and comes to the free throw line. That was Percy, played linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Percy says Eric could have played in the NFL had he wanted to. Iverson finding Ratliff, and Theo is stripped. Here comes Barrett. Pull up 3 from long range. I mean, he was 2 strides beyond the line when he let it go.
I'm telling you, it goes against all the conventional wisdom to come down and launch up a quick 3. They've done that 3 times now and hit the ball.
And they're back within 3. Iverson has 47. That was his 39th shot. As you see, he has never taken more in a game. Weber, and he was fouled.
Allen Iverson just moves without the basketball. You see, he sets the screen, and when you set the screen in many instances, you're going to be the guy who gets open. A little brush screen that time by Tyrone Hill, just enough to get him free. The quick release and the jump shot. Allen Iverson with a huge game today. You see 41% of the ball. Remember, 45% last year. He only gets 1 of 2 this time. But their ability now to go to him at the end of the game could help them win today.
Weber has 32 points and 15 rebounds. Utah trying to break its 6-game losing streak. Iverson trying to break 50 points. Doesn't move any closer with that miss. Here's Stojakovic, catch and shoot. He had been on fire. He misses that one. Who touched it last? The officials confer, and it's still Sacramento ball.
That's a good call. Eric Snow would knock that ball out. Again, the quick three in transition. You see Eric Snow right there. The ball goes off his hands. He and Tyrone Hill as they battle for it.
Williams lets it go and can't put it down.
See, nobody on the board to rebound that shot. I mean, it wasn't a bad shot. He faded away, but if he missed it, there was nobody there to rebound it.
Iverson. Barry fouled him. He'll have a chance to move 2 points closer to 50. 4 on Barry. Iverson, as we mentioned earlier, is a 73% free throw shooter. Stuck on 47.
Pretty good company there. The season highs look Cliff Robinson, Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Allen Iverson, and Tim Duncan. I would say that's some pretty quality players. He gets 1 out of 2.
To bring himself to 48. Stojakovic to Weber as we move inside 2 minutes. Weber battling. Can't hit it. Here comes Snow, spinning through a crowd. Iverson looking for 50, gets it back, and then circles back outside. No foul, no walking call, no nothing.
You think he's
this
finished?
Could be it. And finally, there's a whistle.
He's not finished. Look at him run the floor now. The guy's taking 40 shots today. He drives in there, gets knocked back. He pulls it up. They got to pull this thing out once again. I'm coming back at you now one more time, and this time I am going to get the foul.
The foul was on Weber, his 6th. So he goes out. Until fouling out, he had played every second of the game. He had 32 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 blocked shots. What a player he is.
Yes, he is, and getting better every year. He's found a home here in Sacramento. He's the centerpiece of this team. He loves his teammates.
Anna thanks. Allen Iverson to the line. 48 points for the afternoon. 7 of 9 at the free throw line today. 2 points from 50. With this next one, he could equal his career high and equal the game high for anyone in the NBA this season. He does. Jason Williams hurries back the other way. An aimless flip to nobody in particular. Iverson comes back to Lynch, and that should finish it.
They just thrive off of steals and forced turnovers. And that time, Jason Williams, a no-look pass at the wrong time.
Stojakovic can't stick it. Corbin is stripped by Eric Snow, who's had a marvelous game. Snow with a floater. Pollard snatches the rebound down. Kings trail by 9 with a minute left. Williams stutter stepping. Out to Barry, now Stojakovic for 3. Line drive rebound to Snow. McKee is back. And the Sixers pour it on a bit. Pollard inside. Slams it. Lynch let him go.
Well, we said today in the open of our game that we're going to have a shootout. It's 113 to 104. Allen Iverson with 50 points. Really everything we expected.
Taken away from him by Barry. Barry doesn't get the roll, but was fouled. Could have been a 3-point play.
So the reason Larry Brown is doing that to get the crowd to give the ovation to this guy that he deserves today. Allen Iverson with a spectacular game. I know he shot the ball up there 41 times or whatever it was, but 50 points today. Get his team back on track after really a tough trip where they lost some close games with some bad free throw shooting. And they go to Indiana tomorrow night, and they have one more game against New Jersey before they finish and go to the All-Star break.
He had 9 rebounds and 6 assists. Shot 50%, 20 of 40, on the way to 50 points. Barry makes 1 of 2. Bruce Bowen in the game for the first time, replacing Iverson. Kings.
To welcome those of you joining us here in Salt Lake City. Marv Albert, Matt Dukas, Lisa Milowski, the Utah Jazz up by 1 over the San Antonio Spurs. We come up on 10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Utah trying to stop the losing streak at 6. Duncan over Malone. Jackson with the rebound, but a whistle, a loose ball foul called. It's against the Spurs with 4 seconds remaining. In this fourth quarter, Jaren Jackson called for making the contact.
Well, on the last couple of possessions for the San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan seemed bothered and confused, but Greg Popovich coming out of the timeout, getting the ball into the hands of Duncan on that wing, isolated, and again, he looked a little bit hesitant as a double started to come and rushed that jump shot.
Ryan Russell, 75% free throw shooter. 5 for 8. From the line prior to that shot. He now has 15. The Jazz up 92 to 90 with 4 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. 3-point Utah lead. Timeout called by San Antonio. The 82-83 season, they went on to lose 9 straight.
And to get that taste of that horrible, embarrassing loss in Los Angeles the other night, the schedule turns a little bit softer for the Jazz the rest of this month of February. They can get back on track with their game. Now, it's obviously 3-point shooting time for the San Antonio Spurs. It'll be Steve Kerr, Jaren Jackson, and Terry Porter all spotting up out on that perimeter once they throw it into one of the big guys.
Coming into today, San Antonio 2.5 in front of Utah and Minnesota. You see the 5 seconds being counted down. They have no timeouts left. Duncan for 3. And that will go. That was not the player that the Spurs prefer to take the 3. He's 1 of 7 from downtown, and obviously not a guy who normally looks for that long-range shot.
You know what? I think Tim Duncan was trying to make up for his inefficiency in the last 2 or 3 minutes of this game. Obviously, the ball's geared to go into a big guy and then look to dribble handoff or find one of the good 3-point shooters on the wing. Tim Duncan didn't even give it a look.
Karl Malone leading the way with 25. John Stockton, 16 points, 8 assists. Duncan at 32, but only 2 in the fourth quarter. Again, the final. Utah puts a stop to the losing streak at 6. They knock off the Spurs 93-90. Next Sunday in prime time, 6 o'clock Eastern, NBC presents the NBA All-Star Game from Oakland. Coming up tonight, the world's most amazing videos, then John Travolta in the network premiere of Face Off here on NBC. This is Marv Albert for Matt Dukas and Lisa Milowski saying so long from Salt Lake City. This has been the NBA on NBC.